Hey guys. It's that. Cassie found something here. It's the size of a nickel.
Buffalo nickel. Give me the fufu juice.
Oh! I gotta keep digging some more here. Let's see what else we can get. I found myself a bucket lister. I got a crotal bell.
It's a weedy.
You found a weedy?
Yes.
Sweet. A Walking Liberty 1943 half dollar. Oh my god, it's freaking gorgeous. You got an Indian? Oh my god, Cassie got an IHP. Needless to say, I am a happy camper. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully it is going to be a good day. You know, it's going to be a good day regardless because I'm getting to go out metal detecting. I am at a school this morning. It's a little after 8 o'clock on a Saturday. I've lost track of what day it is with everything that's going on. But it's the first Saturday after the 4th of July, whatever that is. It's like the 11th, I believe. We've had a lot of hot, dry days lately. Temps up in the 90s, very little air movement, high humidity, just sweltering heat that if you're out, I grew up in the South, so I can handle some heat, but by the end of about 5 or 6 days in a row of this, I was pretty done with it. I just needed a break from it. Thankfully, yesterday the rains came and the temps dropped down. It was in the 70s yesterday. We got some rain, so hopefully the ground isn't as baked hard as it was, because you could not dig, not without a jackhammer. So we're going to get out a little bit today, give it a try, and see what we can find. You know, at least I'm getting out detecting, so if I don't find anything, I'm out trying. So let's go see what we can find. And the first target of the day, probably 20 seconds after I turned the detector on, is a dime. It was only about 2 inches down. It's nothing fancy, but hey, it is a start. We're out metal detecting. Let's find something good. The area I'm in used to be farm field. It is school now, but half a century or just a little bit more ago, it used to be farm field. So it makes sense that I would find a bullet piece. I cannot go to a school without finding some sort of bullet or ammunition. So, well, at least I got it over with early. I am already starting to sweat. It's getting hot out here. It's not, well, I guess it's not that hot. It's just really humid, so. And the ground is still pretty dry too, unfortunately. We're going to keep going though. This was coming up like a zinc penny, except the number was maybe about 1 higher than what you would expect for a zinc penny. So I decided, let's see what it is. And it's part of a cool little kid's ring, a little skull there. Cool, I like that. I thought the red was going to be jewels, you know, fake jewels at first, but it looks like it's just painted on. Still a cool little find though. It's something. Well, there's stuff out here. It might not be that old, but there's stuff out here. Right here, underneath this edge of the plug, I just found 1 quarter. And about 3.5, 4 inches down. And here, I just found 2 more that were stacked on top of each other like this. Actually, these sides were together. Not horribly old, but I don't think either one of these have like the state coins, so they're, you know, a little older. Let's keep going. Alrighty, the sun's starting to beat down pretty good. At least there's a breeze that's coming up, so it's not too bad. A little bit of a do-rag here to help keep the sweat from dripping in the eyes, and feeling pretty good. But I think I saw something shiny in the hole. I mispinpointed it badly. And when I was digging it out of the corner of the plug, I'll show you here in a second, I pulled it out and I think I might have seen something silver, so fingers crossed. Let's take a look. You see down in the hole here, I mean, there's a chunk over on the side here where I missed it, but right down here, there's something silverish. I don't know. I gouged the crap out of it, didn't I? It's thin. Might be play money.
Could be Canadian too, but dang, did I mess that up or what? Ah, that is Canadian. It is a 74 Canadian dime. I don't think that has silver content to it, but their formula for these coins is different than the US, so they stay shinier. So good. I whacked the heck out of that thing right there, didn't I? Whew, that's why the numbers were so funky, though. I don't know why I mispinpointed it. Probably something else down there in the hole. But, well, there's something. Take a look. It is a wheat penny. Hey, focus. It's 10:42 in the morning, so I've been here a little bit. This is the first wheat penny of the day. At least it's a decent one. It's a 1920. I haven't found any sign of anything really that old. This is the oldest I've found. Everything else is still pretty new, so, you know, somebody could have just had this in their pocket. It was pretty deep, though. It was about 6 to 7 inches deep, so, you know, there is hope, but if there's anything good here, it's going to be few and far between. We're going to give it a while longer, though. You know, haven't been here, so worth keeping on going for a little while. Well, it's a new day. Currently getting sprinkled on. Hopefully it's going to pass. I'm not real sure. It looks like it's coming right at me. We'll see. Starting out, it's a new place also. I haven't been here before. I haven't walked a few feet really. Found a couple of pieces of trash in a 94 quarter about 5 or 6 inches down. So good possibility nobody's detected here, and it's kind of unusual because it's a wide open space, easily accessible. So I would have thought that they would have. We're going to take a look and see what we can find. We'll do this until we either float away or something gets struck by lightning, I guess. See you soon. This was a bit of a surprise. I thought it was a zinc penny, but this is going to be a wheat penny here. It's hard to tell. The rain's passed us by, at least for the moment. But there's no wind and it's really muggy. Oh, it's upside down. And I don't know that we're going to get a date off of that right at the moment. And rub on that just a little bit here and see what I can find. So, hard to see that last digit there. It's either a 19, I think it says 1951. We're going to go with that. It's a 1950s model. Huh, that's something. That's hopeful that we might find some silver here today then. Okay, so I got one here that was pinpointer deep. It was right underneath where the pinpointer is there, and the pinpointer is pretty much level with the ground. There it is. Looks like a penny probably. No way. It's just a dime. Just a Really? An 80s model dime that stinking deep? How in the world did you get down there? Wow. I'm in 10 kilohertz right now because there's some sort of interference around here. I'm surprised I even got that. That's crazy. Got me a little bit of culture for the day. It's not old culture, it's just a fairly modern belt buckle. Interesting though, this looks like one you might find on a Boy Scout. Or maybe, since this is a school, this could be part of a band uniform also. Something like that, but pretty modern. Interesting item. It was screaming in the hole. So I had to dig it and find out what it was. Let's keep it going. Alright, got another one that was super deep down there. Another one that's pinpointer deep. And it is a green coin. So we're going to play once again, what is it? This one isn't a dime at least. Could barely even get this signal. Thought it might be iron falsing at first. Wow, and it is crusted over. Okay, some of that's coming off. And I think I see a Lincoln right there. Okay, so we don't have an Indian dog on it. Do we have a wheat or memorial? Oh, dong on. I see the memorial peeking through. Man, how did that sucker get so deep? Wow. We're just going to put you away and keep going. This is definitely different. It's a penny that's been shot with what looks like a 22. Oops. Found it literally half an inch under the soil, under the grass. And it looks like maybe part of the 22 is still embedded in it. That's what that looks like. I have to look at that. That could be something other than a 22. Could be, I don't think it's a pellet. Could be an arrow tip perhaps, something like that. But whatever it was shot with is still embedded in the penny. I don't think this was probably done on site. Probably something some kid brought to show people and dropped it. So, really cool though. Interesting little piece. Alrighty, we are once again going to play What Is It? There it is, down there, you know, pretty deep. Something in a clump there. And we have... Ooh, that's just a regular dime. That sucker was deep though. Dang. I'd like something better, but it's a 67, that's close. We're getting closer. Thing will pick up some deep dimes. I'm using the Equinox today.
Well, here we are. I'm afraid that's it for the weekend. This one was kind of one of those exploration weekends. I've been looking at towns nearby, trying to find areas where I can check out. I'm hitting up the schools first to see if there's school areas, especially older ones that in some of these small towns that may not have been hit up yet. Don't think I really found any of those this weekend, though. I went up, I think I ended up at 4 places. It's like a week later, so I'm not real sure. Maybe a couple of weeks later. It's been a crazy last couple of weeks. But I did some exploring. I dug a lot of holes, drove a lot of miles, and I had fun doing it. So let me show you a little bit about what we came away with and what we learned for the weekend here. So here's what we've got. It's a big pile of stuff. Zinc pennies. Just little bits of odds and ends things that sounded really good. Got that one bullet. If I go to a school and I don't find a bullet, either the casing or the fired bullet part or a whole one or something like that, then it's a weird day for me at a school. Found this buckle. Not horribly old. Maybe as far back as the 50s, probably 60s, more likely 60s or 70s even. I think that might be either a band for band uniform, or Boy Scouts or something like that. Part of a kid's skull ring, some Canadian coins. I got 3 Canadian coins, a lot of clad. Some of the clad wanted to get down there into the older areas, but not quite. Got a 65 dime, first year for the non-silver, first year for the memorial pennies. Got that shot penny. Still have not been able to determine what that actually is in there. It's really interesting looking though, isn't it? It's got quite a bump out there, so not real sure. And I don't know how many of these I actually showed. I ended up with 3 wheat pennies for the weekend, the oldest being that 1920, and surprisingly enough, that's the one that's in the best shape of the 3 as well. So no silver for the weekend, no buffalo nickels, no Indian head pennies. But I got to check out a couple of areas I had not been to before and see what they were like. A couple of spots have possibilities. I may end up back up at those places at some point in the future when I don't have anything else to do. But I'm not looking to go to any of them for any particular thoughts that they are great sites or anything like that. Some places are just, you know, you can find clad and little trinkets and doodads and stuff like that, but that's about all you're going to find at them, and that's okay. That's a spot that you've checked out, you've ruled out, and you move on to the next one, especially if you're after the old stuff. I like finding stuff, but I'd rather find old stuff. That's what I'm really after. I do have something lined up for tomorrow. Discovered an old school area where a school used to sit. I did not even know it was in town. Just came across it completely by accident, and I'm like, oh, wonder what that is. There's no signs or anything there. Went home, I had to go actually to the county tax map to figure out who owned it, and it said local public schools. Really? So I just scoped it out today. Very big area. Gorgeous, gorgeous spot. So I can't wait to get out there in the morning. It's supposed to be very hot this weekend, so I'm going to get out in the mornings to try to get a little bit of detecting done before it gets unbearable, and we'll see what happens. So you guys go out and find your treasure. I'm going to go see what I can find, and I'll talk to you guys later. I know what I'm going to find right now, some chocolate cake that's sitting in the refrigerator, so talk to you guys later.